Okay, this is lesson 3 of hands-on equations. You need the same materials that you've used for lessons 1 and lesson 2. Our learning target for today has changed a little bit. Instead of being able to solve multi-step algebraic equations using guess and check, by the end of today's lesson you will be able to say that I can solve multi-step algebraic equations with one variable using legal moves. So you'll know by the end of today what a legal move is and how to solve problems using that. Okay, here we go. This is our first equation. I went ahead and wrote it at the top. It's 4x plus 2 equals 3x plus 9. Now in my number cubes, I do not have a 9 number cube. In your set of number cubes, you do. I just don't have enough room on my board to put a 9 there. So to create a 9, I had to think about numbers that would add up to 9. 4 plus 5 would equal 9. This is not 45. I'm adding these number cubes to equal 9. I could have also used 6 and 3, or 7 and 2, or 8 and 1. All those numbers add up to be 9. It doesn't matter which one you use though. Okay. I want you to pause, and I want you to solve for x and make sure that you check your answer as well. Okay, by now you should have solved for x, but I want you to ask yourself, did this problem take you longer to solve using guess and check than some of the other problems that you've done in lessons 1 and 2? Most likely it did. So I am going to show you an easier way of finding what x equals in this problem. Okay. If I remove one variable from both sides, so one from the left and one from the right. The scale before was balanced because I know they both equal. If I borrowed or took away one pawn from both sides, I am still leaving a balanced system in balance because I took away the same thing from both sides. That is called a legal move. If I take away 2 pawns from this side and 1 pawn from this side, I am not taking away a balanced number. I took away 2 from this side and 1, so that is not a legal move. Put them back. So I did take away 1 from this side and 1 from this side. I'll put them up there. So now I can do another legal move. Take away another pawn from this side, 1 from this side. I can still take 1 away from this side. I have 1 more left on this side. So now when I look at both sides, I've taken away 3 variables from the left and 3 from the right. It's still a balanced system because I've done the same thing to both sides. But I can't take away this one because there's not another variable on the right that I can take away. So now I'm going to look at my number cubes. If I took away 2 from this side, I can also take away 2 from this side. So let's say I took away 4, or 2 from this number cube. It would leave me with 2. Because 4 minus 2 is 2. So I'll put that one back. And now that leaves me with 2 plus 5 on this side. And I can just look at my balance, and I can see that x equals 2 plus 5, which is 7. And I can put my pieces back on my balance to check this. So I have to remember that if I put this 2 back, I have to put 2 back on this side. So this really becomes 2 plus 2 is 4. And I'll put all my pawns back up there. And we said that x equals 7. So let's check that. 7 times 4, because there's 4 7s, is 28. Plus 2 is 30. 7 times 3 is 21, plus 4 is 25, plus 5 is 30. So yeah, that's right. X equals 7. Let's try another one. On your boards, I want you to make the equation. Lots of moves to erase on this one. Okay, here we go. You're going to do 5x plus 2 equals 2x plus 14. Okay, build that on your scale. Okay, your scale should look similar to mine. I have 5x plus 2 equals 2x plus 14. Remember, these number cubes have to add up to 14. If you put a 1 and a 4, that is not 14. That's actually 5, because 1 plus 4 equals 5. You could do other combinations of numbers that equal 14. In your set, you probably have a 10 number cube, so you could do a 10 and a 4, 9 and a 5, 6 and an 8. I chose 7 and 7. Doesn't matter what you chose, as long as your two number cubes add up to 14. Okay, so now you're going to use your legal moves to solve this. You can do this with me, or you can pause and see if you get the same answer that I get. Okay, you always want to start your legal moves by looking at your variables. So I can see that I have 5 on this side and 2 on this side. So I know that I could take 2 away from both sides. I can't take these 3 away because I don't have any more to take away over here. I have taken away a balance from both sides. So now I move on to my number cubes. I could take 2 away from both sides. So I have 2, and if I subtract 2 from 7, I end up with 7 is 5 left over, and I could show my number cube 2 right there. So now I can look at my equation. I have 12 on this side because 5 plus 7 equals 12. And I have 3 x's. Well, each x can't equal 12 because that would give me 36 on this side. And 36 does not equal 12. But x plus x plus x has to equal 12. So each x should equal 4. Because 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12. And 12 equals 12. Alright, so right now I think that my x equals 4. So let's put our equation back together again. Okay, so I put my pawns back up. Or I'm sorry, I should call them my x's. My other x is up. Now here I need to add my 2 back to the 5, so that would give me 7. And I'm going to plug in. I said that x equals 4, so I'm going to plug in my 4. I have 5 4's over here. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2 is 22. And 2 times 4 is 8. And 7 plus 7 is 14. And 8 plus 14 is 22. So yes, that is correct. So I was able to solve this using legal moves. Now I'm going to show you one more equation. I am not going to demonstrate how to do this using legal moves. I'm going to leave that up to you, although I will post what the solution is. If you have questions about how to do legal moves, you need to come and see me sometime during the school day or review this lesson again. Okay, here we go. The equation is, it's a long one, 2x plus x plus 4 equals 4x plus 1. Okay, please pause the video and solve. Okay, here is the equation when you build it on your scale. Remember, this is 2x plus x, or you can think of it as 3x. It's okay to combine them because you know all your x's are the same value. And when you solve it, you should get that x equals 3 and 13 is equal to 13 when you plug it in. Okay, if you have no questions, then you may go on to the sheet on the Shutterfly page. If you do have questions, you probably need to listen to the lesson again and do a little more practice with the legal moves. But by the end of this lesson, you should be able to say that I can solve multi-step algebraic equations using legal moves.